Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Hot and Trendy Gist with Jesse and Lucci. Today, we'll be bringing you some interesting news from the UK and environs. Hope you have a great and fantastic time listening to us. I'll go straight into the news. The headline of our first news is Fatal Crash, Mom Gets Suspended, Prison Stint. This news is about a mom who's 29. Her name is Amy Shepherd. She is the mother of two kids who are Louis and Mason Ellis, who is 6 and 8 years old. This kid, they were at the back seat of their mom's car, which is an Vauxhall Astra. They were at the back seat when the mom had a punctured tire on their way somewhere. So the mom took the car for a checkup, and she didn't really give the right description of the car. She told them what was up with the car, but she didn't really say which tire it was. So they checked the wrong tire, gave the wrong description, saying the car was fine, and her knowing something was up with the car but believing what they said, went straight back on the road, driving with her kids properly. They had the seatbelts on and everything, but somehow the car still clashed with an Audi, and it caused some serious problem. Two of the people in the other car, they had some injuries, and her two children suffered some very fatal injuries, which led to their death. She's been put under a 20-month suspension for 2 years, and her husband, the father of this student, he said that it's really sad to watch your own kids die, especially that he hasn't had like enough time to make memories with the kids, because they're just 8 and 6 years old. That's not enough time for a dad to make enough memories with the kids. So he said he's really sad that the kid died, but it's how life is. And the mom, she's been put on the suspension, which I feel like is good, because really people like that should be put out of the street, because more accidents can happen. If she had given the right description and if the people like had properly checked the car, this incident like probably wouldn't have happened, because one, the car is checked, and two, everybody's life is not in danger because of this, but because they everything was done wrongly, this happened.
She wasn't put out of the street because I think said she's got a suspended prison sentence, right?
Yeah.
And for our young viewers out there who might not know what a suspended prison sentence is serving it in the community instead of going to prison. So, if for instance you're supposed to serve, say, um, 2 years in prison, you do it serving your community. Doing some jobs around cleaning, like you're working for charity, but you're doing it for the community. So that's a suspended prison sentence. So she's still in the community, just in case you stumble upon her and say, "Oh, this is supposed to be in prison." No, there's no prison break this time around. So just serving a prison sentence in the community. All right. Well, I feel for the family. I feel for herself because just a careless mistake. It's not like she's a criminal. But she was just careless, and it cost her beloved kids, and can imagine their pain. Well, when I blame her, times are hard. She was just trying to get by and find a cheap way to just go about the mechanical issue. And then I hope everyone will learn a lesson, especially if you're out there and you've got kids. Some things are more important than the money in your pocket. Take it from me. So I say it again, some things are more important than the money in your pocket or the money in your bank account. You know, what's anything that's worth doing is worth doing well. If you have to fix the car, then fix it. Especially if you have other people who will be traveling with you. All right. Okay, Jesse, go on to the next news, please.
Before I continue, this news was brought to us by the mirror.co.uk if you want to look into it more. The headline of our next news is Rap star guilty plea over hit and run death. And this news is also brought to us by the mirror.co.uk. A rapper gets, most people might know him if you're in UK or just like a rap music fan, you might know him. Anyways, he pleaded guilty of causing the death of a young man in a hit and run smash. The grim artist, his real name is Justin Clark Samuel. He was driving a BMW M5 that hit Eubin Tamang, who's just 20, in northeast London on October 18. Clark Samuel, who's 41, he admitted causing his death by dangerous driving, but he didn't stop after hitting Mr. Tamang. He Mr. Tamang was like just crossing the road like most people do when he got hit by the car. And this happened around 11:33 p.m. And Mr. Tamang, he was an only child of his parents, his Nepalese parents. His parents sent him to the UK to be educated, but sadly he died before he could make them proud, or before he could achieve his goal. Appearing at the Old Bailey Court through a video link from Pentonville, the Pentonville prison. Samuel pleaded guilty to a charge of dangerous driving on other London roads. This exact same day that he killed this man, and the judge told him that told Samuel of Woodford Green, East London, ahead of his sentencing on February 12th, which is next year. So he'll be sentenced next year, February 12th. They told him that the only sentence to be passed is a custodial sentence. Which, if you ask me, it's not a really bad sentence, but I feel like causing the death. If I were this kid's parent, I would be suing this man because one, the parent probably put their hard-earned money to get their child, their only child, out of their country to a better country to make them proud and for him to start a better future for himself and his generation, only for his life to end like that. And then the police, they're doing their job obviously, which they do every single time, but I'd say he should not be given the chance to even like drive a car anymore, because the fact he was able to kill someone the same day and also cause some other serious injuries that same day is not something that's
Sorry, he caused some other injuries that same day
yes, some other dangerous driving
around
that
that same location, or he drove somewhere else.
on other London roads.
Wow.
So it's
And
it's
he's getting a custodian sentence. Wow. Well, I don't think that's enough for me, I'll be honest. It's not. No, 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 it's not enough. Well, especially because I know. Well, I don't want to look like, because the victim is not a British person. I don't want to look like that. But a custodian sentence. First of all, let's discuss what the custodian sentence is, right? Again, for viewers, especially the young ones who might be hearing this for the first time, it's a sentence that is given to somebody who you can serve half of it in the prison and half of it in the community. Doing some under supervision, doing some community work like the first news we read. And now it's not enough for me for this offense, for this particular offense. This person should spend time in a correctional facility learning some very good details about life and how to look after not just yourself but after other people. Have to behave properly. He needs learning, and coming back to the community just to serve under supervision is not enough. It's the reason why you have people committing same crime over and over. And imagine the victims, people that have become victims of this crime, their families, and how it will affect them going forward. So please, I don't know, I'm not a lawmaker, but people, whoever makes this law, please, it needs reviewing. Crimes like this have to have a more serious sentence attached to them. All right. Okay, Jesse, go on.
the headline to our next news is, which is from the mirror.co.uk also. Um, it's people spend significant time online at night. So it's been said that school children spend most of their time on social media around, like, it's the time they spend online it's too much for their age. So it's been said that 50% and 24% of the time, 4-year-olds spent on YouTube, Snapchat, TikTok, and WhatsApp. They fell between the hours of 9 p.m. and 5 a.m. And this is what the Ofcom they found out. Um, There's been so a lot of report that the social media watchdog, they've said that a significant amount of the time spent online by children is at night. So mainly children spend their time at night, and so most of the children, they've said that they might be on Netflix, Disney Plus, like just watching something on the TV, and they might get bored of it easily. So they just take their phone that's right next to them, just like scroll through TikTok, Snapchat, text their friend, and before they know, time's gone, and they be like, "Oh, I need to get to bed because I have school tomorrow. I have things to do the next day." So it's been what they're trying to do now is try to reduce the amount of time children spend on their phone, because it's causing a lot of serious problem. Because those time that kids spend on their phone at night, there might be like someone complaining that, oh, I don't like what this person did to me, like just kind of like stirring problems up, which can then cause serious problem the next day. Which I feel like what they're doing now is actually good, because getting children, especially kids, need at least 12 hours of sleep a day, each day, for their brain. Because if they don't get that amount of sleep, their brain won't be able to function properly the next day. They might be sleepy in class, not paying attention to what the teacher says, or even not being able to do simple tasks that their brain should be able to do on a normal day. So I feel like what they're trying to do is good.
Yes. How many hours you spend online yourself at night?
I don't spend more than 2 hours because I have other things to do. I'm even barely online.
How about watching TV? Because for me, I think people should they forget to classify YouTube as part of which you watch on TV instead of being online. Just think it has to be when you're on the phone or when you're in front of a laptop. YouTube is also online. So how long do you spend online?
At night, I don't spend a significant time online at night online, because at night time I feel like it's mainly for movies. Which if I finish one movie, I don't even finish a movie because halfway through the movie I'm already sleeping off. So I wouldn't say I spend that much time online. But during the day, I'd say yeah.
Okay. Well, I think parents need to put a check on how much their kids spend online because at the end of the day, early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy and wise. Right? Have you heard it before?
Yeah, I have.
Early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy and wise. It's an old saying, and it never gets old enough for anybody who wants to learn. Okay, I think that's. I'll leave that there. All right. So just see what do you have for us next?
Okay. The headline of our next news is gun cops 19 shots to slay extra large bully that savaged OAP, sorry. And this news from the Daily Mirror. The police, they had to fire at least 19 shots to kill an extra large bully that fatally attacked an 84-year-old man. Um, he's a great granddad. His name is John McCall. He died after the dog savaged him on a residential street on February 24th this year. The police rushed to the scene and shot the dog in Warrington, Cheshire. And the second extra large bully, the dog was destroyed, and a smaller dog, the dog was seized because that dog couldn't really do any like big harm or anything. A constable, Mark Roberts, he confirmed that 19 on-target shots were required by police officers to end the horrific incident. Sean Garner, who's 21, from now of Liverpool, he pleaded not guilty to being the owner of a dangerously out of control dog causing death, and he's now on bail until a trial set for March next year, 2026.
Sorry, did you just say the owner denied owning the dog? Why?
Don't know. Probably because he doesn't want to go to prison for what he
So
didn't do.
I don't know. Sorry, I'm laughing, but I think this is funny, right? You know, they just say dog's a man's best friend. You can imagine how you treat your best friend under the bus because your best friend is in trouble. Okay, so the owner denied owning the dog. Then again, for dog owners, you you have documents, you have veterinary doctors that come look after your dog. Doesn't he have veterinaries? The dog should have some documentations, right?
Yeah.
This can easily tell trace the whole thing back to you. See why I'm laughing now? It's funny. It's like sending your kids to school and your kids commit a crime in school and you say, "Oh, sorry, I'm not the dad," just because your kid is in trouble. Well, I think for denying owning the dog, the man should face some penalty as well. He needs to face some penalty because he's not taking responsibilities. I don't like it. See, if you can commit a crime, even if you don't commit a crime consciously, don't share blames. Just own up and learn from it, okay, and make corrections. That's what life is all about. It's not about trying to deny and escaping. You know, well, unfortunate for the victim. I hope he recovers quickly and gets back on his feet. All right,
He's dead.
he's dead.
Yes. An 84-year-old man got attacked by the
Oh,
dog and he
oh
died.
dear. Now I see why it was. Now I see why the owner of the dog was denying. Oh dear, very sorry. Well, I think these kind of dangerous dogs shouldn't be allowed out of the house. That if you have to own them for any reason whatsoever, it shouldn't be allowed out on the streets. I know some states, some counties, they put some laws to restrict this. There's some people who think they have goody two shoes. They want to go about campaigning for the right of these animals and what have you. But no animal's life is more important than the life of a human being. I will say that again, just in case you're listening and you have something up your sleeves or something up your brain, thinking, "Oh, I don't like what this guy is saying about this." I'm saying it again because a life has just been lost, right? No life of any human, of any animal, I mean, is more important than the life of any animal. Did I say that correctly? Because I'm very angry right now because somebody just died. Let me say it again. Sorry. No life of an animal is more important than the life of a human being. I hope you get that this time. Because this is not the first time this kind of dogs have mauled or killed, injured, brutalized individuals going about their daily activities on the streets. We've
There
seen,
was, sorry to interrupt, but there was one of an extra bad bully dog that attacked a 11-month-old baby.
yeah, I've seen one, the dog ran into his school compound. Yeah, chasing kids around, and the teacher who was trying to prevent the dog from causing harm was severely injured. You get what I mean? So, I know dogs are supposed to be friendly, but some of all these dogs, because of some genetical modification and all what have you, they're dangerous. Let's call a spade a spade. They shouldn't be allowed out on the streets. If you have to own them in your apartments. You shouldn't own them in the first place. But if you have to do, then keep them locked up in your house. Well, too bad. Sorry for the family. My condolences to the family of the person who just passed because of this dog attack, and we hope we stop hearing you know preventable incidents like this in our societies because this incident could have been prevented. Okay, all right.
Um, the last and final news for me. The headline, it's from the Daily Mirror, and the headline of it is Dad guilty of wife murder at retrial. Child exposed cover up in therapy session. This story is about a wicked dad who previously cleared of killing his wife. He has now been found guilty of her murder, and after their child revealed the truth about it in therapy session. Robert Rhodes, who is Rhodes or Rhodes, I don't know how to pronounce his name. He's 52. He stabbed his wife Dawn in the neck, but he admitted, like he said, he was only doing it as self defense because she was being aggressive to him. According to him, like he was defending himself because she flipped like the Incredible Hulk. And this happened on June 2nd, 2016, so 9 years ago. Um, the retrial came after the child told a therapist that Rhodes had actually coerced them into helping with a plan to kill her, and he injured himself to make it look like self defense. So he came up with a plan with his child or his kids to kill their mother, and then like causing some little harms to himself just to make it look like self-defense, because if you're going to injure yourself, I don't really see that as a like big injury because you're the one inflicting it on yourself. um Rhodes made the child stab himself in the back before like he made the child stab him, so he not the child stabbing himself. He made the child stab him, the dad, in the back, and then he cut the child's arm, trying to make it look like the mom was being aggressive to him and the child. So he did all this, and then he fed them with lies to give to the police when the police ask what happened, when they call 999. And even while on bail, Rhodes of Whitley, Devon, he continued to manipulate and groom the child. And this grooming and all this manipulation included him, like he was hiding a phone a phone in the house that he used to like he would use the phone to leave message to the kids, reminding them about their plan, like he called it our plan. And he was, I don't know how to put it, he was squashed in November 2024, and permission was granted for a retrial. So they found out about it right after the child had the therapy session. So 2024 they gave him permission to for a retrial. And Rhodes, who he denied plotting to kill his wife, he was also found guilty of child abuse, because child abuse, child cruelty, whatever you want to call it. And what my problem here is the fact that you're able to kill your wife and then get your child. I don't know how old this kid was at this time, but getting your child to play along in your corny game, your silly little game, is it's over the limit, because this child is going to live with the how do I put it? He's going to live with the mindset that he helped his dad to kill his mother, who would have been by his side, or his or her side, whenever he or she needed help.
I think it's worse that you're a psycho, and it's bad you're a psycho, and it's worse you're trying to raise or make one after your own image. Because I don't know how you kill your child, your wife, and you try to make your child to stab you. For a while we've been looking about knife crimes in our society and how we can stop. You know, but then again, this is a parent who is training the child to be a monster. Oh, well, I'm happy that I'm happy the child got help from a therapist, and thank God for that. And I just hope Nemesis. Well, thankfully Nemesis, you know, he's met his Waterloo, and he's definitely going to pay for it. But for the child, I just hope the child finds it within him. Is it a male child or a female child?
Doesn't say.
Doesn't say. Okay, doesn't specify, which fine. I just hope the child finds it within him or herself to make peace with the trauma and come out a better person. Not be like the dad, because your dad is a monster. All right. Okay, straight up to our sports segments, and I'd like to tell you, for all AFCON fans, yeah, AFCON is here finally. Yeah, AFCON is here, and there's been loads and lots of disagreement between some players and the club about the release dates, and yeah, Then again, some official date has been made by FIFA because it's a FIFA license tournament. So you'd have to let your players go. So for the date assigned for club to release their players is today, Monday 15th. Okay. So if you're out there and your players is still in your club, or might be getting in trouble soon. The group stage will start on the 21st of December, 31st of December. The last 16 kick off on 3rd of January to the 6th of January. The quarterfinals on the 9th to 10th. The semifinals on the 14th. The third place playoff on the 17th. And the final on the 18th of January. It's not even up to a month. It's quite a very short tournament, and I think these players they look forward to representing their country, trying to make their country proud. Okay, so kudos to all of them, and I wish them all the best as they go about the patriotic business of representing their countries. Okay, and some players who were missing. I think Sunderland they have about the most amounts of players who will be traveling for this event. I feel so sorry for them because that the team who just gained relegation and they're doing quite well. And then again, they'll be missing a lot of players. We have now Noah Sadiki from DR Congo. We have Charles Dane Taubi from Morocco. We have Ronaldo Mozambique. We have Beton Traore from Burkina Faso. Simon Adingra from Cote d'Ivoire. And Habib Diarra from Senegal. And Otto Maswaku from DR Congo. All these players will be leaving. So that's about, I think, 7 players now leaving. Most of them are in the first team. So thank goodness it's 9 months. It's just a very short tournament. So hopefully they'll still have a lot to play for when they return. And finally, I'd like to bring you to those of us who are boxing fans, right? I'm bringing you news about the slated rematch for guess whose fight? Manny Pacquiao and my boy Floyd Mayweather. And they've had a previous fight before. They had one in 2015 before Manny Pacquiao became a politician, a senator in Philippines. And now he's back. And I don't forget it's from Philippines, right? Yeah, I think it's from Philippines. I'll fact check that and let you know. And well, the date for the date and the venue is what I've come to tell you. So the date for this match it's on the set for next year, 2026. Okay, and I'll just read what I have here for you. The talks have been confirmed about the fight in the showdown for Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao, and it's expected to take place in April in Las Vegas. Okay, and the clash promises to be a rival and it possibly surpasses their legendary 2015 encounter as Pacquiao all but earned his hope of another title for the world, world title because he's been the world champion before and same as Floyd Mayweather. Well, I wouldn't want to miss that fight, and I hope you try to have a good view of it. If you don't like boxing, that fight, that single fight, will change your whole perception about boxing. All right, that's it from us today, and we do hope you've had a great time listening to us, and if you would want to listen to us subsequently, and if you want to do that, please kindly subscribe and share these videos to young kids out there and people who are there who you think might need to listen to some of our you know videos and gain 1 or 2 things because like I always say our videos always have a sprinkle of moral lessons. So we do hope to see you next time in our next episode. Peace and love. Bye guys.